Well, guys, we are sitting in the dark trying to troubleshoot another RV issue. Well, guys, we are sitting in the dark trying to troubleshoot another RV issue. So most of you know we had our main air conditioner that went down about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and we've been waiting on a replacement. So it's coming in just a few days. They're going to install the new one. So we got to a harvest hose tonight that has electric hookups.
Because our generator is also down.
Our generator is also down, also getting replaced in a few days.
Yes.
So that's good news. But we left to go to dinner. Everything was good. You know, we were starting to kind of cool the camper down.
It was about 80-ish degrees in here whenever we went to go eat. So we turned all the ACs on, the ACs that work, and then the fan in here to about 72 and cool. And
we got back, and I just kind of said, it feels really like humid, muggy. So I got my laser temperature measurer tool, and the den and both of the bedroom and the garage ACs were all blowing about 78 to 80 degrees.
Yeah.
So none of them are cooling the unit, which is bizarre because it worked before. So I don't know what's going on with it. We're kind of frustrated because we both have to have it very cold to be able to sleep.
yeah,
So,
and it's like 80 some degrees in here. It's quite miserable, but it's plugged into a 50 amp, so it should be working.
yeah.
But it's not.
So we've been having trouble also with the Lippert control system, which is kind of like, it's like the brains of the camper where everything's connected. The air conditioners, the heating, the furnace, the lights, the tank levels, all the things.
I loathe that system with a deep, deep passion. Recently, as it has decided to just start changing the temperature and the speed settings just on its own, randomly.
Well, and we had a Firefly system in our motorhome before, and it worked flawlessly. Like, it was a wonderful, wonderful system. This Lippert system is just not good. So, and it hasn't been good for us. I can't speak for everybody, but it hasn't worked for us very well.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are in the process of, I've disconnected from 50 amp. We have turned the battery disconnect and the solar disconnect and the inverter off. And we're waiting about 10 minutes to see if we can reset the system in hopes that it's just a sensor issue with the temperature, which is the reason the the compressors aren't coming on and cooling things down. So anyway, we'll let you know what happens in a few minutes.
Look at these people, happily trekking. See their RVs over here? It's because nothing's working in it. Turning the AC units back on.
I mean, the ACs wouldn't come on at all if it was a breaker.
Right.
And we wouldn't be able to run the microwave if we weren't getting enough power.
Which we can do.
We also would not be at 100% on battery because the battery would help offset some of the 50 amp power if we weren't at a good pedestal.
Right.
The surge protector doesn't have any warnings or error messages.
And like the one good thing about an RV is that it can only be so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I can feel that.
Careful. I need your love.
Right. It's 77.9. 73. 72.8.
Okay, that's better than 80.
72.6. So
Okay, it's going down. Bless. That's good.
72.5, 72.3, 72.1. So it's
Okay.
Yeah, 71.9, 71.7. Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to unplug it and plug it back in.
So it's got to have been a sensor issue within LCI. It's still not as cool as what it should be.
Right.
but it's at least, yeah, it's blowing colder. See what you think.
It feels a little cooler than it did before.
I think so too.
On a happier note, while we're waiting for the AC to cool down, would you like to finish scratching off the Black Canyon of the Gunnison?
Yeah, let's do it.
Where's Michael? There it is. Nickel. Scratch it off.
You gonna do half?
I already did half.
Oh, you did?
Up here.
Sweet.
It's up here.
Okay.
Always excited to scratch a new one off. Look at him work.
That was a great part, by the way.
So pretty.
Yeah.
We got to see Cheese Puff the bear.
Right.
Very underappreciated park. Black Canyon of the Gunnison, Colorado. Beautiful. Still got a lot to go, but seen some really great places. Where should we go next?
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. Let us know.
All right. So evening update. It's about 65 degrees outside, and the ACs are blowing like 72 to 77. So no-go situation on either the front or the rear AC. So we officially have no air conditioning that's functioning in the camper. It kind of is all of a sudden, which is weird, that both of the rear garage AC and the bedroom AC would go bad all at once, but we can't think of anything else. It's doing the same thing that the main one was doing. So
we were in Colorado in cold weather for a few weeks, so maybe it was going bad and we didn't know it. But either way, we have no functioning air conditioning right now. Thankfully, it's going into the fall, but we need AC. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna do.
We're gonna be in Sioux Falls all next week, and so maybe we can get them shipped so that we can get both of the other ACs replaced. But
yeah,
very disappointing. Well, this is our 5th rig, and we've never had an AC that has gone bad, and now we have all 3 of them that have gone bad within a matter of 4 or 5 months. So, and we're kind of in a position where we're not going to be able to get it fixed until at least later next week, because that's the earliest we could potentially get air conditioners here.
Yeah. So we will keep you guys updated on this fiasco. It's a journey.
Yep, life is a journey.
Alrighty, so we were in Ogallala at Harvest Host in Nebraska on our way up to Preshno, South Dakota. I don't know how these are pronounced, but there is one main road going from one place to the other. And we were driving. It was going to be like a 5-hour drive. And on our way up there, we saw a bunch of motorcycles and maybe some lights and stuff. So we knew something had happened. There was a lady walking down the road, and come to find out, they were part of a memorial ride, this motorcycle ride, and at least one of the motorcycles crashed, and one of the people she knew in the ride had passed away on the road, and the other one was in an ambulance getting loaded up as we were arriving. So she was on the road trying to flag people down, telling them to turn around. It's very, very sad, kind of horrific and horrible to come across. And so our only option was to either sit and wait hours as they did what they needed to do for these people, or to back up on this road. So we decided to do the latter and backed the RV up probably half a mile to a mile to get to the only road that we could turn around on. And we turned around, got driving, and discovered that this is the only road up there that is paved. Every other road is dirt, and it is very windy today. So we talked to the police officer, found another possible way around, and we are on that route now with a line of people behind us. But yeah, I don't even know where to go, how to talk about that. It was absolutely horrible.
Terrific.
Very traumatic. I talked with the lady, learned that they were on that memorial ride for other people that she knew that also passed away. It who were motorcyclists doing a ride, and it was just horrible that this happened during a memorial ride. So I stopped and prayed with her while we were standing there. I gave her a hug, spoke with her. We both kind of cried together, and that was that. And there are other people there taking care of them now, but there were some fairly insensitive people that came across us while we were there trying to get people to turn around. So you never know what happens on a road. You never know what's going on in an accident. So please be sensitive and kind, because that lady was going through a lot, and she was trying to do what she could to help.
I think it's a huge reminder to just today's a perfectly sunny, beautiful day.
There's no one on the road.
In the middle of Nebraska, no traffic, no anything, just open fields, and you come around the corner and there's something like that's happened. So I think you always have to be alert when you're towing and when you're doing this, because you just never know what you're gonna come across.
Yeah, and I'm sure this video will be posted well after things happen, but we are praying for them and praying that when this gets posted that they're okay and enjoying the road once again.
Also, a huge thank you to the state trooper that was here in Nebraska. She was wonderful. She really helped us to try to figure out a way that we could navigate with the trailer to get around, and brought her computer from her police cruiser over so we could see the maps, since we have no cell phone signal.
Yeah, there's no signal here.
In the middle of nowhere.
We're just kind of hoping that this road works out.
She allowed us to, look at the maps with her, and we took some pictures so we'd be able to kind of navigate around. So.
Goodbye pavement. Awesome sauce. It is 8:20 and we are still on the road. Our time, we came across time zone, it's like 9:20. So we still haven't eaten dinner yet, so we stopped at a truck stop. Matt got some pizza, I got this little yogurt thingy. And it's been a very, very long day. But I think we've learned a couple of things today. Two for me in particular, I think, are that one is you can never expect to always be on very good roads. So I would like to buy some of those things that you can stick underneath your tires to help you get out in case you need. And two, to always keep really quick cooking foods in your RV, like really quick cooking foods in your RV. So those are two things that I learned today. But again, it's been a very, very long day. So, later.
Well, guys, we're back in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and one of the challenges of living full-time in a camper is making time to get repairs done. So I think we had mentioned we have an air conditioner that went bad and a generator that had an oil leak in our Brinkley, and so we dropped the camper off this morning to get some repairs done, and have just been kind of having a day in the town of Sioux Falls. We went over to this really great store, and I'll let Stacey tell you about it.
We, getting the RV worked on. We've got a dog, and so we have to occupy ourselves and Bella all day while it's getting worked on. So I Googled pet-friendly places in Sioux Falls, and found there was this outdoor store called Scheels, SCHEELS, and it was absolutely amazing. I told Matt that if Chick-fil-A ever made an outdoor store, it would be that place. They played amazing music and had like such a great selection. They had a Ferris wheel in there. They had a bowling alley if you wanted activities. The camo came in here and exploded. It's fluffy. What you think, Bella? Can you see anything? It's the hunting section. Ooh, they got a doggo section. Found your aisle. Because treats. All the treats. Anything? Instincts? No? Not a one? There's a pheasant. Nope. Don't care. Probably could have spent hours in there. I think we spent 2 or 3 hours in there.
Yeah.
But we probably could have spent more. We're probably going to go back as well. And they do free alterations, which is fantastic because I found myself a pair of pants. It was the short length, which was too long. So they do free alterations if you buy your stuff there, which is fantastic.
So our latest challenge with the RV is that we've now ordered the air conditioner, and that's come in, and the generators come in, and so they're working on those 2 things today. Well, this weekend, our other 2 air conditioners, we have 3 on our Brinkley, and the other 2 air conditioners went bad. They're doing the same thing that the first one did. So, we're kind of working with the dealership, trying to get them to diagnose it so that we can send the information over to the warranty division of GE to get replacement air conditioners sent. And my hope is that we can get those rush shipped here to Sioux Falls. We leave on Friday, today's Monday. So if we can get a 2-day shipping on those air conditioners, maybe by the end of this week we can get those replaced. But
Yes.
it's really hard when you're in a place for a week or 2 weeks to be able to get all of the diagnostic work done and be able to get the actual service repair taken care of. So,
But Brinkley has been absolutely amazing.
they have.
They just recently called us and said, we heard you were having problems, tell us about it. And we just haven't found that with any other people, so we are still absolutely loving our Brinkley, even though none of the air conditioners work and the generator doesn't work.
Do not understand how.
I think most people don't realize all the components of these RVs are from the same manufacturers. Like Lippert manufactures a bunch of stuff, Morad manufactures a bunch of stuff, GE and different companies. But the RV manufacturer chooses a brand of air conditioner, and then they're just putting somebody else's device in their units, and so. Sometimes you just get a bad batch or a bad appliance, unfortunately, I think with ours, all the air conditioners on our unit were probably manufactured about the same time. So if one has a problem, the odds are that you're going to have multiple problems within that batch of air conditioners. So that's kind of where we are. But so we just made a day of it. We went to the sporting goods store. We went to
Pizza place
for lunch and.
Pizza. That piece of bread.
We went to a park.
Falls Park. We always love going there, so
yep.
We're heading back now, maybe to pick up the RV, maybe to hear that we need to get a hotel. We're not sure.
Yeah, we're unsure what our living arrangement's going to be for the next 2 days. Welcome to RV life.
Right. But always an adventure.
Here is hoping, and we will certainly keep you guys updated.
Maybe that'll be our new tagline. Always an adventure.
Right? I like that.
RV life. Anyway, see you later. It's the morning again. We have 2 air conditioners out and 1 functioning now. So we are at Shields once again, waiting for a delivery for 2 new air conditioners.
Yeah, and everybody has really tried to pull off a miracle this week. Brinkley's really been great. They tried to get the 2 air conditioners shipped from GE to replace the ones that were down, and GE didn't have them, couldn't get them out in time, and so Brinkley said, we'll just ship ones that we have from the factory so that they can get there. And we've been trying to track the packages, all that kind of stuff. The local RV dealership said if we could get them here by 1:30 today, that they could get them installed. So it currently shows that FedEx has them out for delivery in Sioux Falls, where we're located, with no estimated time.
So
the journey of a lifetime, right?
Yeah, praying those things come in.
Yep. So, following up to our earlier conversation about the air conditioners, we all worked our tails off this week trying to get those air conditioners here. Like, the freight comes in, we're all excited, we get the delivered notification, and somebody at the warehouse decided to ship the wrong air conditioner.
I have access to the entire curse word library. This new console is done.
Sorry, I did it again. My bad.
Shipped Furrion instead of GE, which cannot fit in the space for the RV.
Yeah.
No air
So after
conditioning.
all of that work and trial through the whole week, somebody in the parts department that decided to pick up the wrong air conditioner, even though it said on the slip GE, we don't have air conditioning.
Or and scream that curse word we know. It's a good one.
Now hold on. It's a little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
We're waiting to hear back from Brinkley to figure out what the next step is. We're going to be in Mackinac for a week, so not really sure if they can get it in there, what that looks like. But even when you try to do everything right, something can still go wrong.
Peaks and valleys in RV life. This is definitely a valley. Very frustrating.
Yes.
And, you know, when Stacy's working in the garage, it's like 85, 90 degrees in there with no air conditioning. So we've got to have an air conditioner soon. But we just can't afford to wait around in Sioux Falls hoping that one will show up in the next few days.
Can I say that curse word now?
We'll see what happens. Never know.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Not helpful.
Sorry about the noise. There's like an Air National Guard base in Sioux Falls, and they take off with like F-16s all the time.
Bella. Bella.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
How you feeling?
Disappointed that we don't have air conditioners today,
Yeah.
but it's just so difficult when you're full-time, like trying to work around working and traveling and getting parts and finding people that you trust to do work, like, and then you got it like all settled and then it falls apart.
Yep. Very frustrating. How you feeling now?
Nothing like some good cheese to make you feel better.
What do you think, Bella? Yeah. Stairs, Bella. Do you want to go to the Cascades? You want to lease an apartment? You a downtown doggo? It's not your home. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Stairs. The master of the stairs. What do you do while you're at an RV dealership waiting for work to be done? You go in all the RVs, of course. Here's an Imagine. It's perfect for my parents. They'll never do it.
No. They won't. They should.
They should. Look at all the adventures that could be had in here. Dual swinging doors, just in case you get a little frisky one day. Wanna open it from the left? Sure. Feeling a little right-handed? Why not? Options. Very cool. We are on our way to Justin Trails Harvest Host, Justin Trails Resort and Harvest Host in Sparta, Wisconsin. Leaving the RV place now. They of course did not get to put any of the AC units in, but we're still in contact with Brinkley and they are working diligently to find a way for us to get ACs. So we're What you think, Bubba? I can't even hold it still. I wish I could. There we go. Poor baby.
I mean, do better, Wisconsin.
Seriously. Come on, Wisconsin. How am I supposed to play my games?
To number 35.
How you like your pizza?
It's really good.
It's good, isn't it?
Love it.
I like this place. So much cool history. So this is Equity Hall, and we are where?
Wisconsin.
Pound, Wisconsin. All right, what is Equity Hall?
Equity Hall is a community hall that was started 110 years ago. Here's the original old hall, and now we have this new fancy new hall. Baseball teams, all the generations, girls.
All the way up to your grandfather?
My grandfather, yeah.
And you said he built this place, or he
They
acquired
there was
it?
a group of farmers that got together and made a co-op, so they had a place to come and exchange or barter. Somebody bring 2 chickens and they exchange it for gallon of milk.
Yeah.
They'd bring their beefers in. There was usually no money exchange. It was a co-op,
Okay.
and that's sort of what went on. And then
That's
it
cool.
advanced to the hall. This hall is 110 years old, I believe. And then bits and pieces were taken out, and now this is what we got.
So when did they stop exchanging goats for pigs and meat and stuff?
Oh, I would say 50 years ago, maybe.
Years?
What is it? Yeah.
Okay.
It was a short time. Then it went into a club. We have 139 members right now that own this place.
Wow.
Yes. So it's a very good community hall. We have everything.
All right. This is great. Thank you. I love it.
And we do have those cover bands, like we said. We got
Yes.
Brian coming, yoo-hoo! And we got Waylon Jennings. They're all the cover bands. We got
All the
Tina
fun
Dowling
stuff.
here.
So if you are in Pound, Wisconsin, check them out. And they
64.
have a really good pizza.
And you got a big place to park your campers.
Yes.
Or RVs. whatever you want.
46 foot over there in the yard fits. So, yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Are you ready for dinner?
You want some food?
You want some food? Yes?
You want to get some
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? You want some food? Yum yum? Oh my goodness. Yes?
some food?
So excitable. Yay.
Well, you guys saw our multiple challenges in this particular episode, and one of the things I think that a lot of people that are new to RVing don't really understand, and I didn't before we started. You buy a new RV and you think, okay, this is going to be like a new car. It's going to be perfect. Everything's going to work. It's going to be, give us a really good vehicle that we're not going to have any trouble with. In fact, the opposite is true in the first year. You really have to work out the kinks in a new RV. So you're probably going to have more problems with it in the first year. But I think, again, the reason that we like Brinkley so much is that they have stood by us and walked with us through working out those kinks and made it as easy as possible to kind of get things repaired when we've had challenges.
So as you can see, we have not been without our problems. I think from what I'm hearing from other people, our issues are more than the average.
Yeah.
So don't think
yes.
that that's just how we are.
That's not a prize I wanted to win.
No.
But
So don't think that everything you're seeing is what you can expect from RV Life or Brinkley at all, because it's very rare. It's weird that we got that.
And I think you just have to kind of, I think you can tackle any problem together as a couple if you remember that you're in this together, right? You're not angry at each other because it's not the other person's fault. Like, this is an issue that's a challenge, and you as a couple are working through that challenge together. And if you keep that proper perspective, and also the perspective that really you can fix almost anything if you have enough time and patience and you're willing to kind of work through the issues. And so I think that's, just kind of key lessons. Things that helped us during this time period was just remember that we're a team. We're going after this thing. We're going to get it fixed.
Yeah.
we're still getting to RV, we're still getting to see the country, like we're still having a lot of fun. We just have to get through these particular issues, and in the grand scheme of things, they're pretty small.
Yeah, and this is with problems that are outside of the relationship, like the AC not working and the batteries not working and everything not working. But I think we tried to stay fairly calm and understanding with each other and find ways to get out of the RV when it was too hot.
Exactly.
Going to stores and whatnot.
In the next episode, you'll kind of see how this all shook out, how we were able to get it fixed. Spoiler alert, it is fixed.
It is fixed.
but we, we'll kind of show you the process that we went through to try to get that resolved and get our air conditioning working again, and the batteries working again, and the generator working again, and all the things.
Yeah, so if you're curious what happens and how this goes, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and continue to follow us on our journey, because I guarantee you since then there has been some more interesting things happen that you do not want to miss.
Yeah, our journey is not boring.
It is not. It has not been boring. It's been fun, it's been frustrating, anything but boring. But I love this life.
Oh, I do too. I do too. And you'll see, our first winter was also kind of interesting in the RV, and so we'll share with you a few details about that. How not to winter in an RV, because we did that the first year, and we're not happy with the way we RV'd in the winter.
Why you should always keep an extra lock or two on hand just in case. But I'm not going to tell you all about that yet, because you got a little bit to go. But we've learned a lot along the way, so definitely hit that like and subscribe button so that you can continue to follow us on our journey and see all of the dramatic things that unfold with Brinky Butt back here.
Well, and as you can see, it's spring, and we are so happy. You guys are several months behind, but we'll be marching you ahead through the winter, hopefully as quickly as possible. And on to spring, because we're just getting ready to do our big trip. So more details to come on that, but excited to take you guys on the journey with us.
Yes, very excited. So stay tuned.